So today I get to talk a little bit about the products of the On Guard line, and I'm really excited for what Dr. Hill teed up for us earlier this morning. He did a fabulous job, and I love this product. So let's roll into the evolution of On Guard. Some say that On Guard blend was there in the beginning and that everything has kind of evolved from it. Or you could look at it this way. Others might simply classify On Guard into scientific names of kingdom, phylum, family, genus, and species. Or my personal favorite is that On Guard is something of the divine, given to us by a loving creator to help us through our journey here on earth. Regardless of our belief, we love our On Guard, don't we? Today I'm going to be talking to you about the evolution of the On Guard supplements. So let's first talk a little bit about the immune system. Okay, the immune system is a complex network of cells and proteins that defend our body against infection. Now the miracle of the immune system, which is one of my undergraduate degrees is in immunology, and this is why I love immunology, is that our immune system keeps a record of every microbe, virus, or bacteria that it has ever defeated. So it can quickly recognize it and destroy it if it enters the body again. Isn't that amazing? It keeps a lifelong history of our experience with the world we live in. Dr. Nicole Stevens puts it this way: every time we encounter a new virus or bacteria, our system gets a software update. It becomes better at recognizing our world and remembering what is a threat and what is not. The immune system can be divided into three parts. There's the innate immunity, not adapt, that was the other adaptive, yes. Adaptive immunity and passive immunity. Innate immunity is a system that acts as a physical barrier. So these would be things like the skin. It acts as a physical barrier to the world around us. And also, another part of the innate immune system would be the complement cascade, the clotting cascade, so that when we get cut, our body walls that section off so that nothing else can enter into the body. Innate immunity is an evolutionary old defense. It's a system that generates a fast inflammatory response that is generic to all types of pathogens. It doesn't care what the threat is. It is generic to all pathogens that it encounters and tissue damage, and does not confer immune memory to the host. So you'll have the same response every time, but there is no memory of what happened. The adaptive immunity, or so-called acquired immunity, develops throughout our lives. We develop adaptive immunity when we're exposed to viruses or bacteria. It's specific to the pathogen that presents itself. And so it's a specific response to that pathogen. When this system makes an error, actually, we can get a problem where this system begins attacking ourselves, called an autoimmune problem. Now, while the innate system is immediate, that previous system where we get clotting factors, the adaptive system is not immediate at all. Actually, it's very slow to respond. But the effect of the adaptive system is long-lasting, highly specific, and is sustained long-term by something called memory cells that live in our system, remembering the event that happened. Lastly, we'll talk about passive immunity for just a moment. Passive immunity is borrowed from someone else. And it just lasts for a short time. So think about breastfeeding mothers. Within that breast milk, there is conferred immunity. Immunity comes through the breast milk for all of the things that mom has seen that baby has yet to see. But the baby gets some immunity from those things through mother's breast milk. It's an amazing process that protects our very young despite their inexperience with our world. The problem is it only lasts for a few weeks or a few months. And so only adaptive immunity is long-lasting. So there are different parts of the immune system as well. You can think about white blood cells, antibodies, a complement system or cascade, the lymphatic system, the spleen, and then the bone marrow and thymus. All of those are parts of that immune system. Later today, on stage 1, Alex DeBell is going to be doing a deeper dive into those systems. And then Nicole Stevens will be talking about On Guard's effect on the immune system following Alex's presentation, and her presentation is at 2:50. So if you want more information on these systems, you can go to those events. So On Guard is a legacy product. As a matter of fact, On Guard Protective Blend was launched when the company launched its first oils. Initially, it came out as an oil blend to support our immune system, then became a beadlet, a lozenge, a softgel supplement, branched out into many products such as laundry detergent, foaming hand wash, cleaner concentrate, toothpaste, and on and on. Now, while all these products are amazing, today I want to focus our conversation on just the ingestible products. So, we'll talk about the oregano oil, the beadlets that quickly followed, the softgels, and why the softgels are so powerful, the throat lozenge, and then the new chewable tablet. Each of these are valuable in their own right, but let's take a closer look and see how we can optimally use them throughout our day. Because we have so many now, the question is going to come, well, when do I use what? And so we'll start to address some of that for you. Let's talk about the On Guard blend. It's made from several different oils. We have wild orange for its ability as a cleanser and a purifying agent, as well as internal use to help support a healthy immune system. We have clove because it's a very powerful antioxidant. There's a scale by which we measure the oxygen radical absorption capacity. We call it the ORAC system. Clove oil, incidentally, has an ORAC score of 1,079,700. Just to give you an example to compare, myrrh, which is also a very, very powerful antioxidant oil, its ORAC score is 379,000. So you can see that clove is a very, very strong antioxidant. Cinnamon supports a healthy metabolic function and immune system when taken internally. Eucalyptus has its ability to promote feelings of clear breathing. Now, I'm sure many of you are going, well, wait a minute, hang on. We have eucalyptus that we put in On Guard, and I can take that internally, but I can't take the eucalyptus oil internally. What's that about, right? So I will tell you that our On Guard eucalyptus is Eucalyptus globulus, as opposed to our eucalyptus straight blend, which is Eucalyptus radiata, which is not recommended for internal use. So you can see we're using two different species of eucalyptus. And then, of course, we have rosemary. Rosemary has the amazing 1,8-cineol in it, and 1,8-cineol is also a very healthy support of the respiratory system. The On Guard blend has about 60 milligrams per drop, so 60 milligrams of oil per drop. It can be used by diffusing daily in our homes as a protection. Typically, about 10 drops in a diffuser in a 6-hour period is enough for the On Guard. And I'll tell you, in our home, and my lovely wife and one of my sons is sitting right over here, this is our winter blend. So we diffuse On Guard from November through March. It's a season of high seasonal threats. And so that becomes the smell in our home. When you walk in, you smell On Guard because it's diffusing during that time of the year. It can be used topically, but should be diluted for children and those with sensitive skin. And this is where that On Guard touch comes into play. We've got that beautiful On Guard touch that's pre-diluted. And then also remember that wild orange has some furocoumarones in it, and those can make us a little bit sensitive to UV light. And so as you're putting the On Guard on topically, just be aware of sunlight over the next 12 hours. Okay? So recommended for internal use, so topical use, about 2 to 3 drops every 6 hours or so. And then also for internal use, which is probably the most common way and powerful way to use the On Guard blend, I recommend 2 to 3 drops every 4 to 6 hours. So let's move on to our beadlet. The On Guard beadlet is a great way to have the product for convenience. Each beadlet has 14.5 milligrams of oil in it. And kids can typically swallow a beadlet, whereas sometimes a soft gel is a little bit more difficult for them. I'll tell you, it is kind of fun. and this is Dr. Riggs' mean side coming out. Sometimes you give a little kid a beadlet and then they bite into it and they're not expecting that flavor, and it's kind of fun to watch that face, right? They kind of give you a little, oh. So it's a great way. It's a very convenient way to travel with On Guard, so it fits in the purse of any busy mom, and so those On Guard beadlets are a great way to just have it with you on hand at all times. Let's move on to the On Guard Soft Gel. On Guard Soft Gel has On Guard Plus in it. Now what does that mean? It means that it's a little bit more than just On Guard. So what are the 3 oils that we've added to the On Guard Soft Gels in alphabetical order? Do you guys know those? So let's go. The first one in alphabetical order is what? 1, 2, 3? Black pepper. That's right, it's black pepper. Black pepper has beta-caryophyllene in it and is amazing to support a healthy inflammatory response. And so supporting our immune system during a time of seasonal threats to have appropriate inflammation is so very, very important. Okay, so what's number 2 in alphabetical order? 1, 2, 3. Melissa. You guys are amazing. I actually predicted to my wife earlier, I said, I'm gonna shout this out and I'm gonna hear, and I'm gonna go, that's right, it's Melissa. But I can clearly hear you guys know this stuff. That's great. So Melissa oil. Melissa is amazing. It also has beta-caryophyllene in it, right? So we get that extra support for the healthy inflammatory response. But it also has geraniol in it, which has been shown to calm and soothe muscles. I was thinking about this. It also supports a healthy cellular function and immune system function, but when I have succumbed to a seasonal threat, I do get some achiness about me. And what would I want to help me with some of that support for those achy muscles and joints? It would be Melissa. That's what I would grab to help me with that, because it can be very helpful at supporting that appropriate response to that. Okay, and so number 3, this is the heavy hitter. The number 3rd oil, 1, 2, 3 is oregano. Oregano is so very powerful when it comes to our immune system. It aids in healthy digestion, supports a healthy respiratory system when taken internally, and there is a mountain of research out there supporting how it is helpful for our immune system, supports a very appropriate immune response. So those are our doTERRA On Guard Protective Blend Soft Gels. Oh, I forgot to, it's good, all right, there they are. You're right, see, your test was correct, good job. Each soft gel has 120 milligrams of essential oil in it, of the On Guard. This product's so powerful in its effect. I'd recommend taking this actually in 2 ways. This is how I use it. Number 1, during the peak of seasonal threats or while traveling, I take 1 capsule daily. So again, we're talking typically November through March, and then also whenever I'm on the road, I take 1 daily. And then the second way that I would take it is when I have succumb to a seasonal threat, and in that case, I would recommend taking 1 to 2 tablets every 6 hours or so to just support that system and help it be stronger. Okay, so the next product that we'll talk about is the On Guard Throat Drops. This is a great addition to our On Guard family. The lozenge contains about 60 milligrams of oil in it. It's ideal for dealing with throat discomfort. It's sustained release that keeps the throat moist, and the flip side of that sustained release is that you get sustained exposure of the oil to the area of concern. This is a great way to keep that area of concern bathed in that On Guard oil. Sucking on the lozenge also helps to control cough that can last for weeks after you've dealt with one of those seasonal threats. Okay, and let's talk about the new kid on the block. The new kid on the block is our On Guard chewable tablet. Did you like it? Did everybody get to try that? That's great, isn't it? It's just wonderful. That powerful taste of On Guard is the first thing that hits you, isn't it? So the On Guard chewable tablet, it contains about 33 milligrams of On Guard per serving. Now remember, a serving of the tablets is 3 tablets. So 33 milligrams or 11 milligrams per tablet. It has zinc in it at 13.3 milligrams. Zinc is a mineral that's important for us to keep the immune system strong. It helps to heal wounds and supports normal growth. Some studies have found that taking zinc lozenges may reduce the duration of viral infections and may reduce the number of upper respiratory infections in children. So zinc is very powerful for us. Vitamin D at 600 international units. We switch when we go to vitamin D to international units instead of milligrams. But 600 international units promotes calcium absorption in the gut, maintains adequate serum calcium in the bloodstream, and phosphate concentrations to enable normal bone mineralization. And we also need that calcium for or that vitamin D for bone growth. It helps support two cell lines called osteoclasts and osteoblasts that are constantly remodeling our bones. And without that vitamin D, those bones become weaker and weaker and weaker. So vitamin D has other roles in the body as well, including reducing inflammation, as well as the modulation of such processes as cell growth, neuromuscular and immune function, and glucose metabolism. Incidentally, the recommended daily allowance for vitamin D is 600 international units. Not surprising there, right? And then next is vitamin C. I love vitamin C. We take a lot of it. Vitamin C at 150 milligrams in our chewable tablet. Reduced vitamin C, at least bioavailable vitamin C, is often seen at times of stress. Anybody experienced any stress recently? Okay, maybe a couple of us, right? Also, viral illnesses reduce our bioavailability of vitamin C, usage of antibiotics, painkillers, and so on. And so vitamin C is very, very important for us, particularly at those times, because we need that to support the immune system. Beta-Glucan is at 30 milligrams. So beta-glucan is sourced from yeast, and this addition helps our adaptive immune system respond. Now remember, the adaptive system has that long memory, and so that's really important that we support that system, as able to be faster and better able to handle those threats. Nicole Stevens is going to show you later today some really cool evidence of that particular thing at her talk at 2:50 today. So, with all of these orally available products, when do I use what? That's the question, right? That's what we want to address. I would offer this as maybe a quick and easy way to remember guidelines. Sustained or daily use would be the oil, the touch, or the beadlets. When I need something in an acute situation, I would use the Softgels, the lozenge, and the chewable tablet. Another way to categorize this may be this way. To support the immune system, use the oil, touch, or beadlets. But when I need the immune system enhanced, when I need it to be going into overdrive for me, then I would use the Softgels, the lozenge, and the chewable tablet. Now remember, Nicole and Alex will be teeing some more of this up later. But let me just leave you with this thought. We are currently dealing with a situation that we have never dealt with in healthcare and as a community and as a world. We have the opportunity and tools to go out and help everyone that needs some help. Be bold, be strong with these tools that you have, and go love the people that need them and take this message to them. Because this absolutely has science backing it up and is a very powerful tool for you to help friends and family and loved one. Thank you.